take a day and just brainstorm the fuck out of some shit. Put it in a document.
Yeah. That sounds good. Ooh. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Good morning. Here we are. It's Friday. Got an hour to kill before the show. Been up all night trying to think of a topic to cover for the show and have been met with my recently characteristic stumped creative drought.
But it's all good because the show will be filled.
The show's filled. We have no worries about that.
It's bountiful. We have a bountiful show for you today.
Always. But today especially, I guess. I got the most magical text message that was just like it came down from heaven. Was sitting there just trying to throw some garbage together for an episode because I'd just given up. TJ was like, hey, who's doing the episode this week? And then Scotty was like, it's Paul. And he was like, yeah, we don't need it. Got so much fucking shit. It's like, oh. There we go. Should do an episode on the Goonies and how TJ looks like Sloth. He doesn't look like Sloth. He doesn't look anything like that.
If you wanted to do a real meme episode against TJ, it would be like tall people running into things.
Oh yeah, tall people falling over, bumbling around.
Getting their heads on ceilings.
Bumping their heads on shit. Getting knocked out by little tiny dudes. That sort of thing, yeah. Goonies is a masterpiece. You're right. It is. Call him Tommy the whole time. Does TJ hate Tommy? I don't even think of him as a Thomas. My nicknames were also like PJ is the least goofy one of them. PJ, Peaches, and Boo. At this point, they may as well just call me fuck ass. I'd probably be fine with that too. We need a history of the scorpion. Well, I can't do that. There's only one man that can do that.
You guys did a Scorpion BFF. Scotty did not that long ago.
Yeah. Boo. Okay, so boo is not like the 2000s boyfriend-girlfriend term. Boo comes from Boo Boo Bear, who was Yogi Bear's little friend. That's why they called me Boo.
I don't really have any like special pet names for you. I just kind of use the typical Rolodex.
Yeah.
Rotate between them.
Yeah. That's okay. It's hard to make nicknames for somebody that's got a single syllable name. I had a coworker who I called Shouty and she called me Boo. Your work wife? High cholesterol? Yeah. Yeah, well, no, because I have medication for that. Keep my cholesterol down. Yeah, it's almost warm enough to sit out here and do these again like I like to, but not quite. Not quite. I can't lock in on anything recently. I feel like my attention span is like, I'm just like flat to the horizon.
I gotta be honest, I didn't get super far when I'm editing yesterday. I got a start.
I don't know. I'm out of it. Is Trump abusing his power for imperialism as POTUS? Well,
I mean, he's just abusing it for every reason.
yeah. But he's not supposed to have imperialistic powers as POTUS. So he's not really abusing his power. He's taken power and privilege that were never enumerated to him.
But to be fair, he does expose all the things that were just handshakes in the country.
Like how so?
Like the norms that were never codified to check power.
Oh, yeah. Well, the president won't do this. We've agreed that this isn't the
this
right
is the
way to do
procedure, but he doesn't follow the procedure. He only follows explicit laws, and even then, not really.
Yeah. It sucks, but I think one of the things that's kept me like so depressed lately is because I really do feel like the end is nigh. Like things are just too crazy. Every conversation that I've had about politics in the last like fucking 2 weeks has devolved into crazy talk because you can't. There's no way to make things goofier and less predictable than they are now. And the only thing I can think is 200 years, 250 years, that's the sell-by date. You know? That's all I can think in my head. It's got a lot of the same shit. A lot of the same hallmarks. Cool.
Here's a wager.
What?
Would you rather Trump finish out his term and do God knows what for the rest of it, or Trump steals a whole bunch of money from the government and then just fucks off into the sun?
B?
B?
Yeah. Just take the money and run. Just go. So you're taking position as a politician right now? What? I look like a fucking politician, kid? No.
What's the most amount of money you'd let Trump steal if he fucked off?
You can have it all. It's all fiat currency now anyway. Just take it all. And maybe that'll be the economy crash that we need to reset things. I have not tried those chicken nuggets from Taco Bell, but I'm not a chicken nuggets guy. I'm a former recovering chicken nuggets guy. And I just feel like the things that were being said about these nuggets were bullshit. But I don't want to order them to get them for my son.
And even if I'd ordered them, I don't think you're really gonna want any of mine.
But I would trust your judgment.
I guess.
Like if you ate one and you were like, damn, that's a competitor and or better than McDonald's, I'd be like, shit, okay, maybe there's something real going on here. But
I don't know. I have an attachment to the shape of the McDonald's nuggets and the texture.
yeah.
Like, I've had the Chick-fil-A nuggets, and they're decent, but they're not the same.
Yeah.
It just feels too highfalutin for a nugget.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. You don't want highfalutin in a nugget.
There's a reason kids like them, and it's because they are texturally predictable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's also why I like them, or liked them. They're texturally predictable. Chicken that is texturally predictable is good chicken. Chicken that's less than texturally predictable is bad chicken.
I had that chicken strip challenge, and I think that's the nail in the chicken coffin for you for the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah, dude, I might never have a chicken again. That might be the final chicken that I ever chicken.
I mean, maybe by accident.
Yeah.
See, like if you just like accidentally grab something somewhere. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if it's chicken. Your thoughts on ending birthright citizenship? My thoughts are I'm against that. It doesn't make any sense any other way. And I'm a firm believer that the United States is enriched, not denigrated by its immigrant population. And I had this whole fucking conversation a few days ago, and it falls on deaf ears every fucking time, so there's no point in having it again. But, you know, the scapegoating of brown people is pretty alarming. Pretty much tracks, and there's a lot of it going on out there. There are a lot of people that believe that brown people are picking their pockets, and that the reason their lives suck and their jobs don't pay enough and their taxes are too high and their rent is too high is because South American, Central American, and Mexican people come here and take a bunch of jobs. The truth of the matter is that all of those people, most of them pay taxes and have nothing to do with the disintegration of America. But try and explain that to somebody.
People will cry about like, oh no, Social Security's gonna run out of money. You know how you top up Social Security real quick? You have everyone that lives here and works here paid to Social Security.
Yeah, there you go. Shocking. I used to do those doom stroking streams in 2021. I kind of miss those. Do you still believe that humanity is fucked from its garbage output? I mean, climate change. Yeah. It's just that everybody kind of is starting to agree with me now. Everybody's starting to go like, oh, okay, it's fucked. Yeah. Are people who think they are so important that they can never be replaced dumb? Depends on the person, right? You should do another doom stroking stream. I don't know that I've got the interest in doom stroking as much as I used to be honest with you. You know, I've kind of retreated from world affairs, as I think is healthy for people to do. I don't think it's healthy for average people to fucking be getting minute by minute updates on every horrible thing going on in the fucking world. But I also kind of feel like I've said what needs to be said, or what I have to say, maybe not what needs to be said, but I'm not ignoring it. I just choose not to dwell. I choose not to make it part of my day-to-day life. You know, I'm not ignoring it. I understand what's going on. I pay enough attention to know kind of what's happening. You're a noncy Hank. Thank you. Gee whiz. The doom stroking got more depressing as it got closer to home. Well, yeah. Don't blame me for seeing it early, though. I think Benjamin Franklin smashed with some French ladies in his time. Well, duh. Smashed with everybody that would smash with him, from what I've read. You waste money to stop nothing. What do you mean? Explain more. May we? Oof. Where do you stand on evolution? What do you mean? It's not up for debate. Like, evolution isn't up for debate. It's not this like, hey, what do you believe in, man? It's just like demonstrably proven. All life has a common ancestor. There's a tree of life, different branches, different genus, different species, right? The only place that shit's up for debate is in churches.
You want to show them Dionor, the proof of evolution?
Yeah, here's the proof. Right there, that's was once a wolf. Now look at it. It's turned into a teddy bear. Finally, a live streamer that isn't sniffing their own farts. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody loves their own brand. It's true. Nobody will admit it, but everybody does, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's one of those arguments that, like, I'll have it if I know I'm sitting across from a religious dude, but there's really no point. Like, I'm not a biology professor, nor am I a religious studies professor, so I know what I know, but I'm not the best arguer, you know, for that. I mean, wolves are already pretty cute, but you're right. We did cutify them to a large extent. And a guy earlier tried saying goat somehow disproves evolution. Well, there's always that type of shit. I mean, there's certain things that still kind of boggle my mind about evolution. The whole thing boggles my mind because it's on a time scale that's unimaginable for a human being. It's a time scale that not only dwarfs a human life, but the existence of humanity on this planet is just a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the time it took for all of this abundance of life to develop. And so that's just an incomprehensible fucking ocean of time. And I think that is why a lot of people are skeptical about the idea of evolution. Well, that and the fact that they didn't get a proper education, or their education was given to them by a religious person or whatever the fuck. That's the sad thing. It's like, I'm not some specialist. I have a 12th grade education in what evolution is. And I don't understand why that bar is so hard to reach for so many adults. Do we blame the education system? Do we blame culture? Do we blame religion? I don't know.
I mean, the Catholics accept evolution. They just think that fucking God put his finger down and, like, kickstarted it.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the retreat of belief. It's like, as science becomes less and less up for debate, then religion either... What? Blackie. Is it Blackie?
Trees.
Oh, yeah, I see them. Yeah, that's Blackie for show. I heard some skittering. Thought it was going to be my homeboy.
I think Dougie is a peanut or die kind of squirrel.
I think so. I think there was love coming from me, and there was love of Peanut coming from him. That's okay. When it starts getting warmer out here, I'll just have you get me a big old bag of unsalted peanuts, and we'll go through the whole fucking motions again.
Do you think Blackie would like the sunflower seeds?
No, none of them like the fucking I'm gonna be surprised there's not gonna be sunflowers growing out here in the summer. I threw a bunch of them out and I watched them. Only one I ever saw eat a sunflower seed was Squirrely Girly, and she ate it right there in front of me, and then was not impressed by further ones that I gave. Too much work for not enough nut. Favorite Star Trek warrior race? I mean, I know, like, Klingons, I guess? I don't know. Like, I'm not a big... I watched the original series, and I watched TNG, and I've watched a few episodes of some of the stuff that followed. Deep Space Nine, and... whatever, the other one, Voyager, I guess. I don't know a lot about Star Trek outside of those things.
I'm kind of a very surface fan of Star Trek. Like, I like the original series, and I've liked some of the movies that you've shown me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the characters are interesting, but I'm not obsessive about it to any degree. I
Well,
don't think about the species or...
The original series is my favorite still.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big fan of it because, I don't know, it's just like cozy vibes to me.
Well, it's like a capsule of something that was really only possible in that era. That level of camp and that slight pushing the boundaries.
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. The TNG is fun. I'd like to rewatch TNG at some point as an adult because I've watched every episode of that show, but some of them I probably haven't seen in 30 years or something. You know what I mean? Like, that show was on when I was a kid, and so a lot of it I just haven't seen in a long time. So it might be interesting to see how I feel about it now. I might enjoy the series a lot more, or a lot less. Uh-oh. Who you see?
His face is just shut.
I know. That's blocking your eyes, bud. Probably. Who you see out there? Did you see Blackie? I don't know who you see. It's Dinor. See that protester that picked up a flashbang just before it exploded? Yeah, you don't do that. I mean, they shouldn't be lobbing flashbangs at protesters, but you don't grab a grenade. I mean, I've seen people do it with the smoke shit. Maybe he thought that that's what it was.
Probably.
Those have smoke coming out of them. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but it's a Rorschach's test. That's what the news has turned into now. Where, like, you just see what you believe.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, that was killed by the taking a part of the fairness doctrine and allowing opinion pieces. The news started competing to see who could have the most salacious opinions, who could pander to one political side or the other. I mean, if you really look at what's happened, it is absolutely terrifying how well they have instituted a divided America that's willing to put up with all their fucking weird nonsense. Because it's just like, I think, like, dude, if a story had come out about Bill Clinton flying to an island and raping children while Bill Clinton was president, that'd have been the end. You know what I mean? Society.
They wouldn't have even put up with any nebulousness about it.
No.
Like, if there's enough of a hint, it'd be over.
Yeah, it like society at large would turn wholly against him, left and right. Want him impeached, want him put in prison, blah, 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 blah. But it's like we live in a country now where if your side is the one doing that, then you just ignore it. You shrug your... Dude, I was talking to a dude a couple of days ago, and he said, well, you gotta vote for a pedo no matter what, so... And it's just like, that's what it's come to? Which child predator is less palatable than the other. And it's like you want to shake people and go like, look at what your choice has been reduced to in this country, and look at what they do with your enfranchisement. You enfranchise politicians by participating in this shit and allowing this shit. So it's just like, I have nothing to compare that to. There was definitely the cult of personality type shit. I'm not saying that didn't exist around earlier politicians that I remember in my life. You know, Clinton and Bush and Obama being primarily the ones I'm talking about, right? I just don't think any of them rose to the level of he's mentioned, 100,000 times in a fucking investigation that's millions of pages long, and he's all over the fucking books with this child sex trafficking ring and shit. Dude, Clinton was almost impeached for getting a blowjob from his secretary. You get it? So I don't know how we've gone from that to this. I've gone from being like, dude, quit being a prude. Like, him getting a blowjob in his office has nothing to do with his ability to run the country. I don't care what he's sticking his dick in, as long as he's running the country right. It's gone from me being on that side to being like, whoa, guys. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's taken a fucking... I don't think Bill Clinton should have ever even been, touched legally for getting a blowjob in office. That's what divorce proceedings are for and shit. But we've gone from that to now just kind of like open, flagrant child predation in the upper echelon of government. And half of America's looking for a reason to excuse it. The other half of America's looking for a way to ignore that their side is a big part of it too. It's just... nothing matters anymore,
I hate to do the both sides thing, but Biden was sitting on them files. If he really thought Trump was a danger, he could have released him. But it was going to hurt some of his other friends.
Yeah. I mean, but at the very least, it doesn't seem like Biden's fucking name is all over it. Yeah. So he was protecting other people, and likely because of how demented and gone he was, it wasn't even really him doing it. It's likely just people in his administration in his ear and shuffling the paperwork and, but I don't know. It's just all too lurid, and it's all too obvious what was going on, and there's all too many stories about it. They just released another tranche of these fucking Epstein files. Another 3 million documents, something like 10,000 videos. And I was reading through some of this shit. It's a list of allegations, right, from different victims. And one of them, I won't even talk, I can't even talk about it. It's horrible what this person alleges happened. And it's just list after list after list of this shit, going all the way back to the 80s. So. Who's the first person that comes to your mind when I say prolific gay activist? Oh, I mean, gay is that word is kind of outdated, but what was her name? The lady that was at the trans lady that was at the Stonewall. We did a whole trans trailblazers thing about her. No, you don't got to worry about it. Sylvia something. But she definitely had a really interesting story. Interesting and kind of tragic, obviously. Because, she was on the front lines for the gay movement, but they didn't want to have her because she was trans. Yeah.
Sylvia Rivera.
Yeah. Sylvia Rivera. Yeah. Well, she was the first face and story that came to my mind. I'm bad with names. But yeah, really, really interesting story, really tragic, really kind of indicative. And it just goes to show you that there are layers of prejudice and otherism even within these progressive movements. Gay people, lesbian people that were organizing for their rights, they did not want trans people in the movement for various reasons. Some of them thought that it was a mental illness. Some of them thought that they dragged down the otherwise more palatable movement. Some of them thought that they were just like pretenders that were, you know, moving in on a movement and lifestyle that they had no place in. You know, all those people being incorrect. And it had a really big impact on trans activists at that early stage. I remember she started an organization, I think it was called STAR, which was aimed at New York, getting New York trans street kids medical help and off the street and support when they had none from the community, you know what I mean? So just a really like unsung hero. Harvey Milk is another really good example, for sure. A way more mainstream example, I think, but definitely an advocate for gay rights. I didn't know that there's weird beef between all different sexualities at some point. All different sexual expressions getting weird beef with one another at some point. Oh yeah, bisexual folks weren't wanted. That was another thing. Like if you're not all the way gay or whatever, you know, then don't even come to these. Don't, you know, your voice isn't part of this shit. But also you can't really blame the people at that time. It was like gays and lesbians were like the most openly persecuted of those people, maybe outside of trans people. And so they were very insular and probably wary of people trying to homogenize the movement or whatever the fuck.
You need a oatmeal or something for the show?
Yeah, if you do me up a double one, that'd be great. Yeah, it's crazy. Finally able to catch a live. That's good. That's good. You can catch another live tonight if you want. Another episode of Deep Fat Fried going live here in about 20 minutes. How big can big tech get? Way bigger than it is now. I mean, it's the future, right? That sounds fucking redundant, but duh. But no, technology is the way that humanity has chosen to go forward. And I don't blame humanity for doing that. But that's the truth. Our evolutionary process has stopped and started again. And it's no longer biological, now it's technological. And it's how much can we augment our own abilities with our technology, right? Even now, just with the technology you carry in your pocket, you would have been seen as a powerful messenger of the gods at the very least back in the day. So, you know, humanity is striving for godhood. And how close we get to that, that's the question, right? You guys want to give your take on Iran? I mean, I'm all for the people of Iran being lifted from the oppression that they've been under since the 70s and the late 60s. I just hope that it doesn't come at the cost of America monkeying with them again, because that's what happened under Mohammed Mossadegh. The country enjoyed a lot of freedom, looked a lot like America in terms of its Western capitalist nature. Women could drive and had a reasonable sense of equality with men. And then the United States overthrew Mohammad Mossadegh and installed Reza Pahlavi, and that's how Iran got fucked. And so if America does that again and breaks its dick off or waits until everything is weak and then installs another brutalist, what? What'd you see? Who'd you see? And what? I don't know. I've been asking what he saw. He's done with it, whatever it is. I bought a ticket for Melania Trump's movie because I wanted some alone time. I've heard that it's not doing well. Somebody posted like a Craigslist ad. It was like offering to pay people $50 a pop to go and see it in like Boston or something. Why he angry? What he angry at? Anyway, I gotta go.